Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Democracy Free Africa as Egypt, where we do have to deal with the debt. Now the largest pie is the debt in our expenditures. Income is almost all government borrowing. That's making up for basically what we're not spending. Now our largest expenditures our education. Actually, let's just double check this first. Really capitalist. They're not going to like what I'm going to do soon. Where is it? This education is maxed out, so I can afford to get rid of some of these. State schools versus private schools. State schools cost more but give me more, so let's eradicate the school vouchers. We are also spending a lot on the military, and we don't have that much of a problem with unemployment anymore, and I'd like to not have them interfere, because I want the power. So let's go to well-trained. Capital equipment subsidies. Healthcare vouchers. And I'm going to kill off the healthcare vouchers because we have a decent state health service, and that should be enough to maintain. Yes, I know I've been flip-flopping. Right. You're doing too much for unemployment. I might have to consider cutting this, but for now we'll leave it. Because I think I've spent a lot of my capital yet. I want to leave it for the next turn. Border territory independence petition. I make the decision on that, and you're staying. Scientific discovery. Yes, finally a good one of them. They're loyal, would win the election. Health is still going up, despite cancelling the health subsidies. Unemployment staying low, crime's low, poverty's low, and GDP is still going up. And our deficit has been halved, I would hope. But we should get a credit rating bump. Because a cut in the credit rating would almost certainly, like, imagine if we was paying half the interest. That's 200 billion. Yeah, that's going to tick down again, so hopefully. Stability's almost pinned. How is that still such an effect on that? I think this is a case of letting things tick for a while. Pollution's on the way down. That should help. It helps with health, which means I can stop spending as much on health. If I was to half you, I'll take you down to high. Apply the change. Again, I don't think there's much else for me to do. I just want to click through. DNA database. I'll have a database. 93% of the electorate. Despite, oh, everyone is starting to like me a bit more now. Debt is still the majority of our expense. In fact, it's an even larger percentage of our expense. Relative GDP is still rising, but I think that's partly because the global economy is recovering. Because our income, it hasn't grown by all that much. I really would like to see interest rates go down. Is there anything I think I can do to affect foreign interest rates? I don't think there is. $10 billion sod all. I might have to introduce a small corporate tax. I don't necessarily want to keep that though. Health's still up, GDP's still going up despite this. Yep, that's good. Education's still pinned. Poverty could be a little bit lower. Crime's still at the bottom. Health still going up. Border alteration ratified. We have ratified a border alteration with a neighbouring country, resulting in a small gain in territory. With this land comes its people, who are now within our sovereign borders. We must decide whether to integrate them or to port them. I'm going to integrate them. More people for me to control. That was in the 300, now it's in the 400. That's still only in the 900. Yet the deficit doesn't seem to have freaking changed. Fingers crossed. I think I can get away with that out of that completely. GDP still going up. Unemployment still stable. Doesn't look like it's going to be too much. GDP still rising despite cancelling that. Deficit's under 500 billion. Can I please see some reduction in my interest rates? One second, guys. I'm sorry, just having to reply to a message where I might need some help rather quickly. He's going to have to come here though, so just had to quickly tell him to, come. Alright, income. Income tax, carbon tax, corporate tax. Any more taxes I can add that I don't feel bad about adding? A small capital gains tax. Next. Damn it, I didn't fix the economy. However, despite the fact of playing the Strangman, I did get 94% of the electorate. Yeah, despite the fact about 90% of everyone hates me, over 90% of everyone voted for me. Asthma epidemic is at an end. Female genital manipulation is at an end. Allow the tracking. I'm going to play on for a little bit because I just want to get out of the deficit. I don't think I'll be able to kill the debt, If I can get out of a deficit, I'll be happy. High productivity has developed. Good. GDP is still up. So despite all the taxes, I've still managed to get up to high productivity. The deficit is down to... Why hasn't my interest rate gone down? My deficit is so much better. GDP is getting to the point where it's almost maxed out. Allow software patents. Pollution is now at an end. Land acquisition scandal. Health is basically maxed out. I might... Yeah, I think I am going to... State schools. Let's save 10 million-ish here. And state health services. Excellent to some prevention. Because they're the next two biggest things that I'm spending on. And in fact, because we've got the national service, military spending, down to light defensives. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, that is all the time we have for today. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching, but unfortunately I'm going to have to say goodbye. Goodbye.